Hi everyone, I am Janice Cronetti with the State Personnel Development Grant, and I'm here to talk to you today about our district capacity coaching practice profile and how you can use this tool in your growth as a district capacity coach. So the idea behind a practice profile is to take a program or a practice, in this case, the practice of district capacity coaching, and break it down into its core components, sort of the skills and the knowledge that you need to have to do this work effectively. And while this provides SPDIG some guidance in terms of the professional learning that we give you, the main purpose of the document is for you to be able to use it as a self-reflection tool to see where your strengths are and areas where you might still want to grow. It's also a way for your district to have a sense of what it will look like for you to do the work and how they may need to support you in that process. So you can find the practice profile in the DCC playbook, which you can get to through Basecamp. You can get to it through the app that you're using. And there's also a direct link at the bottom of the screen here. So the practice profile is based on 9 core components, and you can see them here. And these are all components that help you support the work of helping adults shift their change in practice. Because of course, whether you're looking to support folks implementing Check and Connect or folks implementing SIM, the strategic instruction model, the idea is they're going to be on a journey, to grow with that tool. And you as a district capacity coach are helping them individually, but you may also very well find yourself working with teams at either the school or the district level to support that implementation. So, the practice profile, each component will look very much like this. And I just want to walk you through sort of the anatomy of each of the components and what you can find in the practice profile. So first of all, you'll see the particular component identified. In this case, it's change facilitation. And then right to the right of change facilitation, you're going to see a description of what we mean by that. So facilitating change in response to both systems and individual student data. And the why that's important. You're going to notice that this is set up like a scale. So expected use in practice would be sort of, that's the ideal that we're shooting for. And then you'll see to the right of that there is developmental use in practice. So that's when you are sort of growing with the core component, and then unacceptable use in practice. So those would be things that we would want to avoid. And then you're going to see that the core component itself is further broken down. And so each of these, this 9A, 9B, 9C, are each different aspects of change facilitation. So part of change facilitation is understanding the complexity of change, as well as some work that we do with the National Implementation Research Network, NERN, around implementation stages and implementation drivers. There's also your ability to generate productive disequilibrium. In other words, pushing people a little bit when there's the need to make some positive momentum. And then expecting resistance. Resistance is part of change, and then how you work with that. So each core component is going to look very similar to this. And I just want to give you another example because I know examples really help me. So another big component, obviously, of supporting the work of Check and Connect and SIM in your district is making sure that you're meeting the needs of adult learners who are learning Check and Connect or learning SIM. And so again, you'll see that the core component is there. You'll see there's a description of the core component, and that description again explains not only what the core component is, but why that's important to a successful implementation of Check and Connect or SIM in your district. And then again, you'll see that in this case, one of the components of the core competency is recognizing that adults are organized around solving problems. That's a primary motivator for them. And so expected use in practice for that would be that as a coach, you recognize that, you're able to work with your team to solicit priorities and be able to align the work that you're doing with those folks' priorities. So again, you'll see that there's 3 columns to talk about what's expected, developmental, and unacceptable use, and that's outlined for each core component. So that's how you would use the DCC practice profile.